It's crazy that I'm here again. The last time I was here was over 8 years ago. And the reason why I'm back here today and I want to share this with you is because when I walked through that door 8 years ago, it was a very different situation to my life now. I'd just been kicked out of the apartment I was living in, and I found out that there was an abandoned flat in this building, and I ended up being able to basically live there legally at the time, but it provided a roof over my head, even though I didn't have running water half the time I was staying there, and I had £200 cash, which had to last me over 3 months. It's amazing how far you can make that money go when you have to. But I didn't realise that I'd actually feel quite emotional coming back here, because this was really my proving ground and a place where I had to dig deep and I had to find that sales ability within me, because if I wasn't able to sell the fact that I could be successful to me first, then I would never have been able to do even 1% of what I do now. And a lot of the time we talk about sales techniques, sales skills, sales methodologies, but the first person that you have to sell to, no matter what your situation, no matter what your circumstances right now, is you. That you can get out of bed, and no matter what's happening in your life, you know that you can turn it around. And that's why I want to share this with you, because people see me now and they're like, oh, you have a great life, you're running a sales training academy, you are traveling around the world doing these amazing things, but it didn't start that way. And by being in this situation is the only way that it built me to become strong enough to go out and run the business that I do today. I don't recommend that you go out there and you mess up your life. I'm not saying you have to go and live in an apartment where you've got no water, no money for however long. What I'm saying though is that no matter what's going on in your life right now, be sold on you first. And that's what today's video is all about. Let's get into it. Day 2, welcome back, Fast Track Sales Pro. Hey, what's up? This is Pete Scott here. I've just shared with you a little bit of my journey and what I went through a number of years ago and how I was able to turn that situation around. I don't know what your circumstances are right now. Maybe you're thriving, or maybe you are simply surviving. But I want you to know this, wherever you're at right now, you can take things to the next level. I'm pretty sure that's why you're here, because you're focused on selling being so crucial. But I want you to know that becoming the sales pro involves a number of things, and being a sales pro in your business or your career is the difference that can make all the difference. And when I was sharing with you what I went through, the challenges that I had, the struggles that I had, and how I was able to turn that around, one of the things that I wanted to really bring across to you is the importance of what I call internal resources. By the way, I want you to have an open mind for this, and also I want you to have an open notebook, because I need you to take plenty of notes. And also at the end of today's lesson, there is an exercise. You can see it below, and I want you to go through it and take at least 30 minutes to go through the exercise, because the more you go through it and the more that you focus on it, the more that you can understand where you are coming from as a sales professional. Remember this, the sale starts in the mind of the seller. If you're not sold on you, and that's the title of today's video, being sold on you first. If you're not sold on you, it doesn't matter if you've got the best product, the best service, or the best solution on the planet. Because an average product will sell so much better with an incredible sales professional over an incredible product with someone who doesn't really care about sales, or someone who isn't embracing the sale overall. But in 3 days, I can teach you so many different techniques. I can teach you 1,000 different techniques, hundreds of different ways that you can get someone to say yes, what to do to negotiate to win the contract that you feel that you deserve. But all of that, and I mean this, all of that is irrelevant if you're not focused on the first and most crucial factor, which is you. Your mindset, your internal resources. In business, we talk about resources all the time. We talk about having the money. We talk about having the equipment. We discuss having the time or the human resources. But all of these things are what I call external resources. What matters first and foremost is that you have the internal resources. Think about what you can control. Think about that even if you have nothing, even if you've just lost your job and you're trying to start over completely from a new chapter, what do you have? You have your attitude, you have your mindset, you have your confidence, even your body language. How you show up every single day is not up to anybody else. It's not up to your manager to make that happen for you. It's not up to your parents. It's not up to your husband or your wife. It's up to you. So whatever's going on in your life right now, I want you to think about what are you bringing to the table. And then moving on from that, yesterday I shared with you the triangle model, and that involves three things. Number one is leads, getting enough leads in your direction. Number two is conversations. So you're going to see this come up on the screen now. So are you having high quality conversations that qualify and ensure that the customers, the clients you're speaking to are the right sort of people for your business and that you're the right business for them too? And then finally, it's closing. Are you able to close in an articulate way where the person moves from a interested to a resounding, yes, I'm ready to do this. So today, what we're going to focus on, now we talked about your internal resources. Now we talked about the driver, which is you. Now we're going to discuss the importance of lead generation. We live in a world today which is about incoming traffic. Everybody wants attraction marketing. Everybody wants Facebook ads to work on their behalf. But I'm a bit old school. And the reason why I have a sales training company, the reason why I turn people into sales professionals for their own business or for their career is because it doesn't matter how many automated funnels you've got set up. It doesn't matter what software you are using to hopefully make your business work. The way that you are most guaranteed to get the results you deserve are simply through you showing up and making it happen. When I was living in that abandoned council apartment, what got me through was the fact that I stepped into the mind and the body of being the sales professional. It didn't matter that I only had £200 to my name. It didn't matter that I was not knowing where my next money was coming from. I knew that if I just did the work day in and day out, and that included picking up the phone, because I still had my phone, picking up the phone, and during that time I made thousands of calls. And then also every single day, I made sure that I walked into 25 companies, and I wouldn't even stop for a coffee or a toilet break until I'd walked into 25 companies. I was kicked out of most of those companies, and in fact, I walked into so many businesses that I forgot that I walked into one that kicked me out. I walked back in 2 weeks later, and they said, hey, we kicked you out of here 2 weeks ago. But my point is this, I don't want you to be cannon fodder and just go out there and speak to anybody and everybody. Everybody is not your customer. What I want you to do is be honest with yourself from this lesson today. Are you stepping up? Are you sold on you? Because if you're sold on you, you will do the work. If you're sold on you, you will find the energy, the tenacity. Even in the toughest of times, you will get yourself out of bed, you'll create and form those great habits. And I don't need to tell you what they are. You know that getting out of bed early, you know that making a plan for the day, you know that those things are going to help you. But what I'm going to say to you is this, is that there are customers out there waiting for you. They are in abundance. Now, the customers aren't just in your country, they're around the world. But the only way that you are going to be able to help them is through you putting yourself out there and making yourself present. Because nobody can buy from you if they do not even know who you are. Think about this right now. By missing another day today and not making the calls, not putting yourself out to the world, and I've put some more content below on how we can do this, but by not putting yourself out to the world, that means another day goes by where you're not making that impact that I know that you want to make. Start today. Think about, what are you doing? What are you actively taking action in to generate the leads? Lead generation is totally different to just creating incoming leads. Lead generation, like I say, is you doing the work, you being present, and you making it happen. So what I want you to do at this stage is I want you to go through the exercises below. If you need to watch this again, hit repeat, take as many notes as you can. Think about how this relates to you. Give yourself the kick in the backside that you need. I'm here, of course, to turn you into a sales pro, because I promise you this, out of everybody that I've met over the years, the struggles that they have are not necessarily because they don't have a great business plan or they don't have a great product, but it's because they're not being a sales pro for their own business. So thank you again for joining me for day 2 Fast Track Sales Pro. Go out there, make it happen, and I'll see you in day 3.